Remember Blockbuster on a Friday night or typing out emails on your BlackBerry? Am I like a trillion years old right now? The hardest thing to do in a consumer startup world is find an earthquake. It's something so rare, only 2 or 3 of you will do it a year out of thousands who try. And your reward historically in the consumer world has been about a 10% longer-term survival rate. When you're riding a consumer earthquake, it can feel like you've tapped into a force of nature that will last forever. That's not what's happening. You're actually surfing on a shockwave, and someday that wave will crash. Your product novelty will wear off. Consumers who praised you for the miracle you performed will ask you what you've done for them lately. Competitors will show up and make your product even better and sell it for less. It's important to keep in mind the earthquake is not the same thing as your business. It's the phenomenon that throws you into outer space so fast that your face almost falls off. But it will not sustain you in the long run. So let's find something that will. There are 4 major types of moats that will help a consumer business last beyond the earthquake. First, there are network effects. Does your product get better as your user base scales? Network effects explain, frankly, most of the long-term enduring consumer businesses. If you don't have network effects today, it's worth thinking about what features you could add to your product that would leverage the scale of your user base and make it really hard for competitors to follow you. Now, most businesses don't have a natural network effect, and that's life. So what other options do you have? It may sound kind of old school, but distribution really matters. You need to be everywhere your consumers expect you to be, so they're never tempted to try a competitor's product. And this takes a lot of work. You need to master SEO, cut partnership deals so that you lock up all the channels where your consumers want to find you and never let your competitors into the same place. The hardest moat to sustain is making sure that your product and brand quality are never in question. This is almost impossible to keep up, but sometimes in consumer, that's all you have. This means constantly investing, innovating, making sure your product is better than any competitors. And watch out. Someday, a startup may show up offering a product that is both better, cheaper, easier to use, and lovelier than yours. If that happens, launch a competing product immediately, figure out a way to acquire that company, or start prepping your retirement. Whatever you do with your life after an earthquake, do not get comfy. There will always be somebody exactly like you out there thinking about ways to take you down. This means you've signed up for a lifelong race to constantly try to make your current product obsolete. And if we know anything about you, that probably sounds like a whole lot of fun. We can't wait to see what you build out there. Go get 'em.